Hi pretty people. Okay, so today I have decided to do a tag, or at least try and bring back a tag, in which people asked 99 questions in which people wouldn't normally ask. So I have my list of questions here and I'm going to start. Do you sleep with your closet doors open or closed? Well, my room is quite often really messy, so it just so happens that they are usually open, and there's no real latch on them, so they usually swing open if the wardrobe is quite full. Do you take the shampoo and conditioner bottles from your hotel? Usually I take my own, just because I don't know, I just find a lot of the shampoo and conditioner from hotels are quite gross. But occasionally, depending. Do you sleep with your sheets tucked in or out? I actually don't sleep with sheets. I have my layer sheet, but I don't actually sleep with the sheet over me at all. Don't actually keep it on. I just find it's a nuisance when it comes to making a bed. Have you ever stolen a street sign before? No, I haven't. Would you rather be attacked by a big bear or a swarm of bees? What kind of question is that? That is a horrible question. Both are pretty terrifying. I don't have an answer for that. I don't have an answer for that. No. Do you have freckles? Down my nose. You can't see them because obviously I'm wearing makeup, but I usually have them down my nose. And then like the odd ones all over my arms. And just random places all over my body. But yeah, I've got a number down my nose. Do you always smile for pictures? Usually. Depends on the occasion, I guess. Yeah, usually. What are your biggest pet peeves? I have so many. So, bad grammar, which also includes unnecessary apostrophes, and I hate it when people put in quotation marks as emphasis. That drives me nuts. And obviously when people can't tell the difference between your and two and two and two, and things like that. Yeah, grammar is important. And when you're doing the dishes, if you've got a double sink, I like to put the dirty dishes in the first sink and not in the water. And if someone comes in and just places like a glass or a plate in the water while you're doing dishes, that just drives me nuts. Like, you're asking me to do the dishes, so can you just, let me do the dishes my way? No, I think that's it. I've got plenty more, but I will share some later. Do you ever count your steps when you walk? I used to. Obviously when I was a kid, when you've got in primary school, like when you have the big tiles. Hello.
I want you to take that
dress off the
clothes
line.
off the line.
Yep, later.
Take them off, and I just saw a bird sitting on, so I better check for bird shit.
Yeah. Oh. When you have the big pavers and you go, 1, 2, 3, and the next one, 1, 2, 3. But I don't really do that anymore. You don't really think about it. But I usually I don't so much count the steps, but I still often, miss the crack. Have you ever peed in the woods? No. Have you pooped in the woods? No. I don't think I've never actually been in a proper wood area. Do you ever dance if there's no music playing? All the time. All the time. Do you chew on your pens and pencils? I do if I'm stressed. How many people have you slept with this week? Tweety bird count? No, I haven't. What size is your bed? I have a double bed. What is your song of the week? I've had Solidarity from Billy Elliot stuck in my head all week. Yeah, that's... I haven't really had a song of the week. Yeah, it's probably Solidarity. Is it okay for guys to wear pink? Doesn't really bother me. No, it doesn't really bother me. Do you still watch cartoons? Adventure Time. Not really. Like, my brother's really into Teen Titans Go, so I've seen a few episodes of that. But I guess when it comes to cartoons, stuff like Family Guy, and that doesn't really count because when you talk about still watching cartoons, you probably think about things you would have seen when you were younger. So, seen the odd one. Occasionally, mid-morning, there might be Yu-Gi-Oh going in the background, but not really. What is your least favourite movie? I didn't like Tropic Thunder. It just was not funny. And, I watched, Perks of Being a Wallflower, having high hopes for it because there was a lot of talk about it and it just wasn't as good as I was expecting. Obviously I hate those whole franchise type films like Twilight, and that's just all crap. I used to really like spoof movies, but I thought I think they were getting worse and worse. There was one called The Hangover Games, and obviously it's, you know, it's kind of a mixture of The Hangover and The Hunger Games. It was not funny. It was kind of disturbing in places. Yeah, that's all I've got. Where would you bury hidden treasure if you had some? Well, if I had told you, it probably wouldn't be hidden. What do you drink with dinner? I have a glass of Moscato most nights. I don't want people thinking I'm, you know, like a narky. But it's just something me and my family do. We just, you know, have a glass of wine or something at dinner time. If we're out of Moscato, then we usually have like a Summersby cider, just something refreshing. And it's slowly getting cooler, so who knows what we'll go into next. Other than that, I quite like cold water with my dinner. What do you dip a chicken nugget in? Tomato sauce usually. What is your favourite food? A decent chicken schnitzel. What movies could you watch over and over and still love? My favourite film is Anastasia. Has been since I was a child. I'd usually say Les Miserables, but since seeing the stage show, I can't really watch the film anymore because just the talent of, you know, a professional stage show just kind of outweighs some of the film talent wasn't that great. Not particularly fond of Russell Crowe. And I think I usually like Hugh Jackman, but I just found it was very Hollywood. I'm just glad that there were a few, you know, quite a few West End actors. And we had Aaron Tveit flying the Broadway flag. But I don't know, I just found it was too Hollywood. I've seen it many times, but then I watched a stage show and I think I've seen it once. I saw it back in August, and it's now and it's now March, and I've seen it once, and I'm like, I just can't watch it. I got the whole way through it, but I just couldn't get it the same. Just couldn't watch it the same. I love watching a lot of Disney movies. Like, a lot of Disney movies are just films you can watch all over again. Usually stuff I watch all over again. I've had this thing for Billy Elliot. Like, I've had this obsession with Billy Elliot in the last couple of months. So I love the film, but I love, like, they filmed the stage show in the West End, and Billy Elliot Live. Do concert DVDs count as films? So yeah, Billy Elliot Live I've seen so many times, and my family have been really pissed off. Obviously I liked the 25th anniversary of Les Mis, but I think I actually like that's more so because I actually know I know of more of the actors in it, including Gillian, and Ramin, and Hadley, and Hadley, but I quite like the 10th anniversary because there's a Cosette with a lower voice, and which is good for us, slightly lower voice girls. And I love Ruthie Henshall as Fontaine, but Billy Elliot, she was actually playing Mrs. Wilkinson in the Billy Elliot Live DVD, and she's just actually gotten so much better with age. She is fabulous, and she's so sassy as Mrs. Wilkinson. I love her, love her, love her. I think she wouldn't have been quite 30 when she did Fontaine, but I think she's 45 now. She's so gorgeous. She's just gotten better with age. And I love the Phantom of the Opera. I wasn't particularly... going back to bad films, I have a love-hate relationship with the film because I think the imagery is gorgeous, but I wasn't particularly fond at all of Gerard Butler's Phantom. I don't think he can sing. If they'd actually put, a former, West End or Broadway Phantom in, that would have been wonderful. Emmy Rossum's gorgeous, but I find, I don't know, I guess with there being such an age difference between the two actors, it does sort of bring up that sort of creepy vibe of the Phantom, which I think I need to go into that in another video about the new Phantom, because there have been some new Broadway Phantom, there have been some discussions, some heated discussions. But I love Minnie Driver, her Carlotta. Although she doesn't actually sing, she had a voice double. Although she does sing, but she's not opera trained. So yeah, 25th anniversary, Ramin, Sierra and Hadley, love them. And Wendy Ferguson's Carlotta is pretty fabulous herself. The In Excess Never Tear Us Apart miniseries was fabulous. It was just so good. My dad's kind of gotten us into, kind of brought us up in that music, so it's awesome. Last person that you kissed or has kissed you. Does either parents kissing on the cheek count? Were you ever a boy or a Girl Scout? No, I wasn't. Would you ever strip or pose nude in a magazine? No, it's not. I don't know. I just don't. When was the last time you wrote a letter to someone on? When was the last time you wrote a letter to someone on paper? Around Christmas time. I just wanted some, I did a photo shoot. I did the makeup for a photo shoot and I styled it as well. And I just wanted to, you know, thank my models. One of them was my best friend, Lizzie. I just wanted to thank them, and I also, you know, put like, I also printed my 3 favourites and put them in a photo frame. And, you know, sent it to them. And yeah, I don't know, I just love handwritten letters. Speaking of handwritten letters, I have this from Killian Donnelly, and yeah, I wrote to him and he wrote back and it was amazing. Maybe I'll make another video about that, who knows. Can you change the oil in your car? I have been taught how to do that. Ever gotten a speeding ticket? No, but I have got an expiation fine. Maybe 2. Best thing to eat for breakfast? Usually egg, but I don't really have a big breakfast. I usually just go with, sounds disgusting, sounds so unhealthy, but I usually just go with a cup of coffee and go. I don't know, I just don't really eat breakfast very often. I'm usually in a hurry in the morning. When you were a kid, what did you dress up for as Halloween? I don't really celebrate Halloween. I know, it's a pagan tradition and I don't really agree with it. And we don't really celebrate it in Australia. It's coming back, but I don't know, I don't really agree with it. I did go to a Halloween party once, and you probably would have never even heard of what I dressed up, so I'm not even going to mention it. What is your Chinese astrological sign? I'll look it up now. I have just googled it and apparently I am the year of the dog, so, but I don't believe in horoscopes at all, so. How many languages can you speak? Not really any. I have learnt, I did a year of Spanish when I was in high school and I didn't like it very much. But I stuck through it and I learnt a little bit of German when I was quite young, like 9, and I don't really remember any of it. I think I remember a few colours and counting to 20, but that's about it. Do you have any magazine subscriptions? No, I don't. Which are better, Legos or Lincoln Logs? I don't actually know what Lincoln Logs are, so I'm gonna say Legos. Are you stubborn? I can be, depending, but I do find I can be a bit of a pushover. Who's better, Leno or Letterman? Letterman's more serious. It kind of takes things more seriously. Leno does have his funny moments when he spoofs stuff, but I can't really choose. I don't really watch them both enough. I like Jimmy Kimmel though. Do you ever watch soap operas? No, I don't. Are you afraid of heights? Yeah. Particularly off ladders and stuff. Do you sing in the car? Yeah. Well, if I'm on my own, I am. And there's a lot of musical theatre involved. Do you sing in the shower? Yes, I do. Well, again, depends on who's in the house. And again, a lot of musical theatre. Do you dance in the car? Depending. Sometimes. If there's no one else on the road, I'm get really into it. Ever used a gun? I've done target practice and stuff a little bit, so yeah, I have. But obviously I wouldn't actually, you know, just using a gun is not really my thing. Last time you got a portrait taken by a photographer? Probably my headshots for regional musical that I've done. So I will post them here. Do you think musicals are cheesy? I love musicals. I'm also going to put in an extra question, which is, so it's going to be 100 questions. So speaking of musicals, I'm going to put in like, so what is your top 10 favourite musicals? So Les Miserables, Phantom of the Opera, Billy Elliot, The Commitments, Memphis, The Sound of Music, quite liked Once. I haven't actually seen, I've seen the film, but I haven't seen the stage show. Hairspray is another excellent one. I did both Annie and Anything Goes, but I'm not a particularly big fan. I'm currently doing Oklahoma, but again, I'm not really a big fan. I wouldn't put them in my top ones. Okay, 8 would be Next to Normal. Oh god. 10. Oh, Little Mermaid, probably when Sierra Box did it, and Normal Lewis. They were fantastic together. So probably, yeah, that'd be my 10. That was so hard to choose. I actually had to look through my phone to see what other musical pieces I had. Have you ever run out of gas? No, I haven't. What is your favourite kind of sandwich? I love Subway meatball sandwiches. Tomato, capsicum, baby spinach, cheddar cheese, carrot. Oh, it's weird because I like tomato sauce on it. What is your usual bedtime? For about anywhere between 11 and 11:30. Is Christmas stressful? Shopping is. Ever ate a puree? I don't even know what that is. Favorite type of fruit pie? Probably apple pie. Or cherry pies, like the little ones with the short cross pastry. That's so good. But does apple crumble count? Particularly if you've got a puff pastry bottom and the crumble on top. Is so good. Occupations you wanted to be when you were a kid? I think everyone like wants to go, like when they were a kid, wanted to go sort of the actress singer path. But I sort of wanted, from about 12 till I was about 16 or 17, I wanted to go into the sort of journalism path. But yeah, I changed my mind soon after high school when I decided I'd like to go. I sort of had my idea about, you know, being a makeup artist, but now my dream is actually slowly coming true. So yeah, I'm really excited. I know, it's so much fun. A few of the opportunities I've had, and I'm slowly getting more and more clients, and it's just really exciting. So I'm really happy with it. Do you believe in ghosts? I believe they exist, but I don't really want to delve into that because it's just sort of, once you get into the paranormal, you can't really have a sort of live your life. And I know just the idea of, you know, being haunted by someone is just frightening. Ever had a deja vu feeling? Not really. Take a vitamin daily. Never really think to. Wear slippers? Not really. Wear bathrobe? Sometimes. What do you wear to bed? Usually like a tank top and a pair of sports shorts, or if the top that I'm wearing at the time is comfortable enough, sometimes I'll just wear that. First concert. My first concert was Delta Goodrum, and the last concert I went to was Hanson. And I'm actually going to see Taylor Henderson in next month, actually. I'm so excited. Walmart, Target or Kmart. I live in Australia, so we don't have a Walmart. Target or Kmart. I think I prefer Kmart. The prices are usually cheaper, and the prices are a lot cheaper, and I think Target's quality is better. Like some things are better, but I noticed like Target sometimes has slightly more casual stuff, whereas Kmart slightly have more casual stuff, whereas Target is more sort of your it's more sort of your city chic type. It's more like you know, semi-formal type stuff. There's a lot of semi-formal stuff in there, so, or businessy type wear. But yeah, I usually like Kmart better. Nike or Adidas. I don't really wear either. Cheetos or Fritos. I don't really eat either. I don't really eat either, so. Peanuts or sunflower seeds. Peanuts. I love salted peanuts. Have you ever heard of the group Tres Bien? No, I haven't. Ever take dance lessons? I did for 11 years and I loved it, but I gave up when it came to studying year 12. It just got too hard. Is there a profession you picture your future spouse doing? I'd love to marry a straight, or obviously it would be straight for him to marry, but a theatre actor. Just, I don't know, that lifestyle. I want someone that can sing. Or Aaron Tveit. Can you curl your tongue? Ever won a spelling bee? I've never actually entered a spelling bee. Have you ever cried because you were so happy? You know in parts of like really corny films they like get together in the end after they think that someone dies? The one film that I usually like cry at the end of because it was happy was Thumbelina, where they get married after she frees Cornelius from the ice cube. Oh, it just made me cry because it's so happy. It was so corny. Do you own any record albums? I don't personally, but my dad has a whole heap. And there's some cool stuff in that collection. Do you own a record player? We used to. I think the needle broke though, so obviously it couldn't be used. Do you regularly burn incense? No, I don't. I don't particularly like the smell of it. Have you ever been in love? Not really. Well, I don't really want to go down that path. Not really. I've never actually been with someone, so no. Who would you like to see in concert? I'd actually love to see a whole heap of cabaret shows, so I'd love to see one of Hayden T's shows. I've got one of his cabaret albums and it's excellent, it's just so good. I'd love to see Killian Donnelly do a cabaret performance. I've got one of Aaron Tveit's cabaret CDs, so I'd love to see him do one. I'd love to see Ramin Karimloo do one. Frafi. I'd love to want to see Aaron Boggess' shows. Scott Garnham would be excellent. He's so funny. I've seen some of like his YouTube videos of his cabaret shows, and there was one of him and Killian doing a performance together, and I'll just I might actually post a link below, and it's so funny. But yeah, I haven't really got anybody in particular that I really want to see. Yeah, I think I've seen most of my favourite artists and stuff, so yeah, maybe cabaret shows. What was it? Yeah, I've answered this already. What was the last concert you saw? And that was Hanson. And yes, that's like, you know, Mbop Hanson, except they're all grown up and married with kids now. Hot tea or cold tea? I actually like iced tea, particularly Lipton's raspberry iced tea, and I like the Arizona ones as well, but it has to be raspberry. Tea or coffee? I quite like a good coffee in the morning. Sugar or snickerdoodles? I'm Australian, so I don't really know what a snickerdoodle is. I'm just gonna say sugar. Can you swim well? Not really. Can you hold your breath without holding your nose? Well, isn't that when you go like that? Are you patient? Not really. DJ or band at a wedding? I guess how good either one is. I guess depends on their reputation. Ever won a contest? I've won like a few, but only really when I was a kid. Ever had plastic surgery? No, and I don't intend to. Which are better, black or green olives? I actually don't like olives. Can you knit or crochet? No, I can't. I wish I could. I'd love to learn to knit. I just don't have the patience. Best room for a fireplace? I think the living room. But you go into some really old houses and they look gorgeous with the fireplaces in the bedrooms. But I think that's kind of dangerous. Depending on how clean you keep your room, I guess. But I think because it is kind of difficult to maintain a fireplace, I'd say just keep one in the lounge room. Do you ever want to get married? I actually do want to get married. Like I'd love to, you know, yeah, meet the right person and yeah. Who's your high school crush? Is this like celebrity crush or just like high school crush? Because we were talking about high school crushes, so I don't really want to talk about it. But my high school, like my celebrity crush in high school was Marlo Ventimiglia. And then it turned into TJ Jackson, which is one of, like, Tito Jackson's sons, which is one of Michael Jackson's brothers. Like, it's the guitarist of the Jackson 5, which then eventuated to Taylor Hanson, and that's still slightly ongoing, even though most of the ones are married. And then, yeah. Oh, and then Christopher Ralph. That was, except he's like, oh, he'd be, because I rekindled my love for the Animal series, and then, because I also love Sean and Aaron Ashmore as well, but I've actually met Aaron, and Sean's wife Dana follows me on a couple of social media platforms, so that's kind of weird, but I loved the guys, like when Christopher and Sean were together in Animals, and then 2 years later they did it in A Heartbeat together, which is it's a bit corny, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, I kind of had this really big crush on Christopher Ralph. He'd be, I think he was like 21 at the time. So he'd probably be edging close to 40 now. God, that's a while ago. Do you cry and throw a fit until you get your own way? I'm not 5. Do you have kids? No. Do you want kids? Eventually. I think so. I'd love to raise... I don't know. The prospect of raising a family is a bit terrifying, but I would actually, you know, like to start a new generation one day. So that'd be nice. Couple of mini Tianas running around would be a bit terrifying though. Do you miss anyone right now? My best friend Lizzie, she's just moved away even further. She was a quarter of an hour north of me, and now she's gone 2.5 hours south. So I miss her a little bit. I saw her like 2 days before she moved away though. There's a few friends that have moved away for study. But yeah, I don't really miss anyone because I do see a lot of my friends frequently. So So there you have it. That was my actually not, it was 99. I added another question, so that's 100 questions, and I hope you got some insight and saw, like, just heard stories and stuff. I would like to nominate Shannon Young to do this. She's actually fairly popular when it comes to like on social media, when like in the theatre, like she sees a lot of West End shows, and then she's had met a whole of theatre actors, and it's just, yeah, I'd like to nominate her to see what she comes up with, because I think it'd be fun to, you know, start some collaboration stuff, because I've seen some of her videos and I know she's funny. So, and then some of her tweets and Tumblr posts are hilarious. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, and I love you all.